Hey everyone! In our last post, we'll be talking about why thinking positively all the time can actually be harmful to us. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about why toxic positivity can actually be harmful. And there are actually three main reasons why toxic positivity can be harmful. Number one, it actually leads to us feeling shameful of ourselves. And what do I mean by that is that we keep telling ourselves that it is not right to think negative all the time. And it is not right to actually to feel angry or sad or to feel depressed because it will be that negative to other people. But however, by knowing that it's actually okay for us to think negative at times, but if and only if we were to allow ourselves to learn from the situation whereby what can I learn from this experience that I'm actually currently experiencing? What can I learn from the emotions that I'm currently feeling as well, regardless of whether it's actually positive or negative. And the reason number two, why is actually toxic as well for us to think positively all the time is because that it leads to us feeling guilty of ourselves. Because we have been hearing from other people having the expectation on us that we need to be positive all the time. And it is actually too negative. I don't want to be actually around of negative people. And because of this, we tend to suppress our negative feelings in ourselves, which indirectly actually leads to us feeling more and more overwhelmed with our emotions because we don't allow ourselves to feel the emotions that we are supposed to feel through, the unpleasant emotions that we need to actually feel. And last but not least, it also helps to prevent the growth in our mindset as well. True, if we were to think positively all the time. And what do I mean by that as well is that because there's actually a lesson behind the negative or unpleasant emotions that we go through if we were to reflect from those feelings itself. Because it is through understanding these feelings that allow us to learn what we need to learn and at the same time to know what is the best choice that we can take moving forward in order to help us feel a little better each time we live in our life. And after knowing that why toxic positivity is harmful, but please don't get me wrong, that I'm not encouraging you all to think positively. It is fine to actually think positively. However, if it is thinking positively to the sense of suppressing your negative emotions or unpleasant emotions, then it's actually not very healthy for us as well. Moving forward, now knowing that why toxic positivity can be harmful, it is important for us to recognize what are the signs behind toxic positivity. And the sign number one that we know that we are engaging in toxic positivity is that we tend to minimize the feelings that we actually experience in ourselves. For example, we do not admit that we feel sad or angry or stressful or depressed each time we actually experience these unpleasant emotions. Hence, it's important for us to take note of these unpleasant emotions in us. Only then we will be able to prevent ourselves from faking ourselves to think positive all the time, but to hear out what are the feelings that we need to pay attention to. The second sign of toxic positivity is that we tend to brush off other people's feelings. It's not only ourselves. For example, we tend to have a tendency to tell people that it's fine, you'll be okay, you will go through eventually. But what we do at the end of the day is that we are actually minimizing the problems that they go through, but we are not trying to attempt to understand where they are coming from instead. Hence, it's important for us to provide a safe space for the other person to actually be okay with going through what emotions that they go through, so that at the end of the day, there's a balance between feeling happy and the positive emotions, and at the same time to manage our unpleasant feelings at the same time as well. And last but not least, sign number three is most of the time we tend to actually find hope in things in helping us to go through our difficult times. And one of the common things that we actually help ourselves is to actually read through positive quotes. Now, it's actually a good thing to read through positive quotes because it serves as a good reminder for us in helping ourselves to go through what we need to go through. However, it's important for us to be aware that we are actually using these positive quotes to helping us, whether is it to minimize whatever we go through or to brush off whatever emotions that we go through, so that we tend to actually express ourselves or to think that we are actually indeed thinking about something positive. Hence, it's good that we actually read through quotes and serve as ourselves a reminder, but at the same time, be aware if are we still at the end of the day suppressing our negative or unpleasant emotions or not. And it's very important for us to pay attention to that as well. Thank you to those who are watching our today's episode, and I hope that you have many benefit from our today's episode. If you learn a few one or two things from here, feel free to share this video to your friends. And if then, we'll see you in the next episode with our new topic in the next week. See you.